Now, help me understand something here, people. I'm not coming to terms with this one. How does a guy who can only draw 2 people to a rally win more votes in Iowa and people who have run complete grassroots campaigns and have been in almost every debate since we started? Tulsi Gabbard has missed 3, and if I'm not mistaken, Andrew Yang has missed 1, and that being the last one. Deval Patrick has not graced us with his face in 1 single debate. And he gets more votes in Iowa than Tulsi Gabbard, Andrew Yang, and Tom Steyer. Wow. Now, how do you figure on that? First of all, again, hasn't even made a debate stage. If he's that great, why didn't fundraising and poll numbers show it so he could qualify for a debate? I mean, after all, he has exactly had time. Yeah, he declared late in the game, but he's had time to get in the last 2. Why didn't he make the cut? Something's off. Something is very, very off. And I guess they think that at this point, the American people either don't care or are too blind, or they've thrown, like the Tulsi and the Yang crowd, are going to throw all their support behind Bernie and just not pay attention over there anymore. Or maybe they just don't give a shit about screwing it right in front of our very faces. I don't really know which one it is. None of them are good. Whichever one they're doing is going to result at the same end result. That is, they're going to end up fixing this entire thing for whomever they want to give it to, one way or another. I've posed the question on this very channel multiple times. Just what purpose does Deval Patrick serve in this election? What good does he do? He's gone nowhere. He drew 2 people and canceled an event. No one that I'm aware of has had that miserable of a turnout. You know, the last video I remember seeing of someone having that, and they still drew more than him, by the way, but had horrible turnout numbers like that, where it was absolutely embarrassing that they were only talking to a handful of people, was Maxine Waters. And she wasn't running for president, she just had an event, and she still drew more than 2 people to the event. This guy is running for president of the United States and drew 2 people out of college. 2 people. And then just canceled the event because, I mean, why am I going to give a speech to 2 people? We can go down to the local restaurant and just have a chat. Which I don't think he did either. But there's no point having a speech. 7.3% of the vote. Let that sink in. They're going to screw it. They're going to screw Bernie. For anyone who thinks that Bernie is the last hope for this primary, because clearly they've been trying to demonize Tulsi Gabbard. They've been demonizing Andrew Yang, and that Bernie's the only one that stands a chance. Yes, he's got support. And if he was in a fair game and had fair competition, he probably would win. He'd stand a good chance to win. That's for damn sure. But it's a little hard to win when the dice are loaded. Can't do it. when you're playing with loaded dice, you're going to get the end result every single time. That's what's going to happen here. Before it's all said and done, Bernie will get screwed over again. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there that, why aren't you keeping optimism? Why aren't you being optimistic? I mean, for God's sakes, we saw it in 2016. And I voiced, like I said, what's he there for? I said he's there. He being Deval Patrick again. I said, what's he there for? My theory was that he's there to be part of a DNC rigging of the election in some way, shape, or form. Now, I'd pitched a couple of ideas out there. Maybe just steal some votes away. Something, right? Possibly even pick up some delegates. Well, if this is any indicators, mainstream media is pushing Deval Patrick now. You go Google what's going on there. South Carolina looks optimistic for Deval Patrick as Joe Biden slips in Iowa. So what does that tell me? There's already been some people floating this idea that Deval Patrick would actually be Obama 2.0. The DNC, because Joe Biden is failing, has now gone into their basement and pulled out the last resort that no one was looking at, Deval Patrick. And they have slowly started to show, oh, look, he's more popular than any of you thought he was. He pulled 7.3%. And now the mainstream media, the propaganda choir for the establishment, is now going to chime in with their, oh, don't like Joe? Let me offer you a better alternative. Fix is in. Fix is in. Mayor Pete can't get over because he got embarrassed in the wine cave. Elizabeth Warren is a deer in headlights. Amy Klobuchar, yeah. And I'll say no more because I don't think need more be said about Amy Klobuchar. Tom Steyer, anybody that does the research knows this guy is a fraud. Mike Bloomberg, raise taxes on the middle class. Running out of options. So we're going to pull Deval Patrick back out of our ass. They're setting it up. And you know what? Here's the thing. If they succeed, and I'm very confident they're going to, for God's sakes, they're running the elections, okay? When they screw Bernie over again, there's one thing to keep in mind. And this, without a doubt, would be a final nail in the coffin as far as Bernie Sanders is concerned, ever, with this guy. If they just outright, and that's what every indicator is pointing towards at this point, screw Bernie over again and he capitulates to these pieces of trash and does what he said he would do in the last debate, and that is everything in his power to campaign for him and get them elected to defeat Donald Trump. If you are going to roll over and be a complete bitch to the very people who are screwing over the American democracy system, our republic, then just downright spitting in the face of the voters and rigging elections for who they want to be the nominees. If you roll over again for that same bed of snakes that bit you last time and is, from all indicators, getting ready to bite you again and possibly have already bit you, you do it again, Bernie. Yeah, I've gotten no respect for you, man. None. No respect. I don't care about, the Amendment King, progressive agenda, none of that. I can't respect someone who doesn't respect themselves enough to have some damn backbone and stand up for themselves. If you don't respect yourself that much, I don't respect you. It's as simple as that. I think we need a leader in this country that's actually got a set, figuratively speaking. We need someone that's actually got the balls to stand up against these corporate hacks. And Bernie's been rolling over for them. He doesn't call them out like he should. Every now and then we see a glimmer of hope. Maybe this will be where Bernie finally breaks silence and starts calling them out. I damn sure hope so. I certainly do. I certainly hope Bernie goes full out, throws some gas on the fire, and starts calling these jokers out. But a big part of me in the back of my mind is saying, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it. He's not gonna say one thing. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. But no matter what he ends up doing, the DNC is going to rig this thing any way they possibly can. And they're showing that right now. You won't convince me that Deval Patrick pulled that many votes in, considering the support we've seen for this guy up to this point. This is clear election tampering as far as I'm concerned. Clear election tampering. Someone who has not the slightest bit we've seen so far of grassroots support, pulling in all that support in this caucus, while Tulsi Gabbard, Andrew Yang, and even a rich guy that's been spending plenty on ads like Tom Steyer all fall below him. Ha! Give me a break. Once again, I'll say it again. If you think the DNC is going to allow a fair election here, I don't know what else to say. I really don't. They're not going to allow it to happen. And if you think that they are, I feel sorry for you. You've got way too much optimism with these crooked hacks.